Hello, it's Jo. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm sitting out in the garden, blue skies, birds are singing. My son is upstairs, so you might hear laughing, giggling. He's shouting to his friends. But I'm making the most of being outside because it is so nice. And this weather obviously starts to see a change in people's energy and also how they want to prioritize things, because I think that as the sun comes out we grow a little bit more in confidence. And I say this in particular regarding exercise and weight loss. If you have been it's my son laughing. If you have been on a weight loss journey, you're obviously in calorie deficit and you've been seeing week after week of results, which is so encouraging, and it's really great because it gets you fired up and you've got that real spring in your step. You're like, right, this is really working, this is great, I'm loving it. You're on a reduced calorie intake and things are going really well, which is brilliant. Then after a few months, as you start to see the scales move, typically our confidence grows and we want to try and maybe introduce exercise. And this is where the change happens, and a lot of people don't take that into consideration, whereby we start introducing exercising and our weight goes up. And a lot of people go into panic mode and go, oh no, how can that be? I'm on a calorie deficit, but I'm going to the weight, 3 to 5 times a week, going to the gym 3 to 5 times a week. Why is my weight going up? And here's the thing. Imagine your body is like a car, right? And you use your car to the high street and back. So you don't use it very much, it doesn't require much energy, therefore you have to put very little petrol in it, right, in order for it to go. Then you start to increase your mileage, and obviously because you're increasing your mileage, you need to put more petrol in it because you're expecting your car to take you further down the road. It's exactly the same when it comes to exercise. When you first start, plan, most likely you are entering it at a very low level sedentary lifestyle where exercise hasn't featured at all in your life. So you've joined plan and you're reducing your calories to 800 or 1,000, whatever it is, and things are going really well from a weight perspective and you are loving it. Then all of a sudden, from doing zero amount of exercise, we start to introduce strength and conditioning, maybe a little bit of cardio. Exactly like a car needs petrol, your body also needs the extra calories. It's and I think sometimes there's this mindset of like, oh well, I'm on 800 calories a day, I'm going to the gym 3 to 5 times a week, why aren't I losing weight? And the simple answer is that your body isn't being fed enough calories. And I know that sounds absurd because you might think, well, I need to be in a calorie deficit. But if you're asking your body to work that hard, that frequently, and you're not giving it enough fuel, your body's gonna, okay, well, it's going to start storing because it's thinking, hold on a minute, you're only feeding me 800 calories a day. You're expecting me to do these strength and conditioning. I need that for the energy of the cars. I then also need those calories to repair my muscle. So rather than release that, I'm holding on to that. So that's why there is a little bit of frustration and confusion possibly when people start their weight loss journey and they think that just by adding exercise, staying with their calories at the same, that's going to increase or speed up their weight loss. And the truth is that 9 times out of 10, that is not the case. I love exercise and I'm a huge advocate for it, and I think that it's an important part of our daily life. It's how we stay fit and healthy, it's how we take better care of ourselves, all of those things. However, when we start to introduce exercise whilst we are losing weight, we do want to make sure that we are still feeding our bodies correctly and not going to starvation. And I think that there is that little bit of kind of like miscommunication, or maybe not a deep understanding of that. When you start exercising whilst on a low calorie plan, it's quite often we need to look at your water intake, and especially at the beginning, because there is that transition and your body is adapting. You're asking your body to do something different. You're asking your body to do something that is not done before on the amount of calories. So it's just trying to figure out its way. So, you know, that first week or two when you do introduce exercise and you do gain, it's your body trying to figure out what you're asking it to do. And exercise is not a bad thing at all. But what I will say is that if you are exercising, it's so important to make sure that we have got the right amount of calories to support you on that journey, rather than your body going into, well, you know, I don't think you're feeding me enough, so I'm going to hold on to this because I'm not quite sure when I'm going to be fed, which is obviously what we don't want. So by having a chat with your consultant, you know, we can work out that if it is something that you do want to increase, then we need to make sure that you are on the right step, giving you enough calories, making sure you got the protein. I was talking a lot about protein today, how vital it is on our journey as in a weight loss perspective, but even more so when you are integrating exercise in it, because we know that protein is what fills you up and it also repairs your muscles. So as you are stretching and tearing your muscle fibers and tissues, and then they have to knit back together again in order to grow, protein is the thing that helps that happen. So by having the products, making sure that you've got high protein meals will help enable you and support you on your weight loss journey, and also to support you on your exercise goals. So it's really important, even though the temptation is there to think, oh, well, I'm going to stay on, you know, let's say, for example, step 2, 800 calories a day, but I'm going to go to the gym 4 to 5 times a week. I would probably turn around to you and say, this step is too low. We need to increase your calories, because the calories that you're on right now is not supporting your exercise goals. And that doesn't mean that your weight loss is going to slow down, but what it's going to help you do is going to help support your body. And this isn't about deprivation. This is about, I was going to say nutritionally, or nutritionally supporting your body to get the best from what it needs from weight loss and from exercise. So I think there's a bit of a myth that people think that when you exercise more and eat less calories, you're automatically going to lose weight, more weight and faster. Absolutely not the case. So if you're in that space right now where you're feeling a little bit frustrated, or maybe you thought that you'd be expecting to see more of a weight loss and you haven't, and you're on plan, that could probably be the reason why. Equally, if you'd like to try anything out, or if you're looking to start plan, or if you want more information, then please do give me a shout. You know how to get hold of me. You can send me a message, comment below, like, subscribe, etc., and I'll be able to get back to you as soon as possible. But yeah, that's the rabbits next door. Can you hear that noise? But yeah, so if you would like any more information regarding that, then please do drop me a message.